So something interesting. I had an interesting dream this morning. In my dream, I was doing something, I was finishing up, and there was this young man that was good looking. And he asked me if I could give him my number. I said, yeah. And I went up to him, and he had something that this plastic or metal thing kind of shaped like a magnet. And then the top to the bottom, there was like electricity going back and forth, like little lightning. Anyway, so he put my finger in front of the electricity part, and it started to touch my finger, and it was hurting just a tiny bit because of the electricity, like the tiny volts and stuff. And then we departed ways. He got my number through that, but then he didn't call me or anything. And I thought to myself, wait, if he scanned my finger, he would have gotten my fingerprint, and he might have gotten all this information of my accounts and my bank accounts and all this kind of stuff. So then I went after him to find him and pursue him. And then when I found him, I grabbed him by the shirt, and I also bound him. And I said to him, did you take any of my information, details, or accounts? And there was another man with him, and he said no. And they said no. And the other man showed me what kind of looked like a tablet, but a bit chunkier and slimmer, this bulky screen. And they showed me, and on it there was this white screen, white background, and it had 4 like apps, and it had titles under the apps. And then I think I just went away from them. So in that there's information and stuff like that. So they showed me there was none of my information on there. But they could have been deceptive, I don't know. But yeah, it was a very interesting dream. And so then I went to Google and I looked at pictures of things that look like what I saw in my dream. And so one of them looked like a taser, which makes sense because there's like electricity tied to the taser. And then the other thing looks like this, which I've never seen before. But apparently it holds data and information, which makes sense because my dream had that. So this dream could tie to the future of the mark of the beast, the end times. Technology tied to that. So yeah, it was very interesting.